All right, so what's going on, guys? We back in the garage, and today's project, we'll be pulling the motor out of the green bean. So it should be a pretty straightforward project. We've both done this several times. We are gonna have to take off like the turbo and some of the stuff around it because we're not gonna pull the motor using the engine lift. We're actually gonna drop it and then just pull the car and then pull the engine up. He says that's the way he likes to do it. It's a little bit quicker for him. And then you just don't have to mess with the hoist, so it should make the project a lot easier if it's already on the ground. We're gonna lower it onto a dolly and then kind of break it apart. Contrary to what you may think, if you've never worked on cars, pulling the engine, it's actually the easy stuff. All the hard stuff is what we showed in the last video as far as doing the fuel and the wiring. But he's got a few more parts on this table back here, so we can check those out.
Got it out. Let's look at the difference. I had this intercooler for at least 5 years now.
Where'd you get that intercooler?
When?
That's just eBay, right?
It is eBay. It says Godspeed.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I remember that brand. Yeah. Godspeed brand.
I think I had a turbo from Godspeed. But you got about another inch.
You got old.
But the main thing I got this one is the back door. We'll still get some use out of this at some point. Don't throw away stuff. That's
man, we know you don't do that.
Yeah. I mean, you know, y'all know the deal.
We know you don't throw away stuff.
I don't throw away stuff.
Got me radiator.
Let's get it out. We got the new KLM Street strip radiator. I'm gonna have it mounted like this one. I'm gonna have mounted right behind the intercooler.
Behind the intercooler.
Yeah. And then you have the fans pulling on it. And I got the this is a KLM swirl pot. Basically, it'll sit up here, and then this will be the highest point on the motor. So instead of your radiator having the radiator cap, this will be off the block. It'll sit like this, and then you'll be able to fill in the coolant up top by the motor.
Okay.
At the highest point.
That's what he's not sponsored by KLM either. He just apparently really likes their products.
Bro, they're local. You gotta support local. They did my cage, but good people. Check them out, KLM.
I mean, if that's the case, then they, KLM. You see this video? Hit us up. Use a sponsorship. I mean, this is straight brand promotion.
Alright, so we really want to remove a lot of that.
Alright, so real quick update. We got the turbo, old manifold, downpipe. What else? Most of the wires are undone. The fluids are drained. You got to remove the axles.
Yep, axles and shifter linkage.
Nobody cares about shifter linkage, Trey.
I'm just saying.
So Trey and I didn't get to finish building the engine the other day, but it's a new day. We'll be back at it. We got a few more projects. First, we're going to go to the garage. We're going to drop the engine out of the Integra that you saw in the background. And then we're going to head over his garage and drop the engine out of the drag car. So if you're new here, remember to subscribe to follow the build thing. We got a lot of good things happening. I'm really excited to see where this build goes and what kind of times we can really run. But first, I'm going to stop by and get this car washed. With all the pollen, and then yesterday we had a tornado touchdown in Richmond. The car's filthy, so I'm going to stop by and get the car washed, and then we're going to head over to Trey's. All right, so we should be good to go. Now on the trays. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that. He's finishing up a project over here, but I'm gonna see what's going on about that. I need some answers.
Alexa, volume 0.
That's off.
Volume 1.
Like, is we call it that? I got a question.
I'm listening.
What is going on with this?
Well,
What's with the smiley face?
Well, see, what happened was I didn't know about the whole putting the license plate out there in the open, so I put a happy face on there. But you still know it's from Virginia because we rep Virginia. How did do it?
I guess that's what we do now. We draw smiley faces on license plates.
Is it VA?
2 up, 2 down, huh?
Yeah, 2 up, 2 down. I know
Get
the
it together. I'm so sorry for that.
About his car maintenance and how he don't do nothing. Oh, Jesus. Do you see this? I always thought the daggone thing had an exhaust leak, and I thought it was the downpipe. But apparently it was the downpipe and this. Look at that. It's blown out.
The whole gasket is blown out.
Blown out the back.
I can get that in there.
And
This is why you don't get cheap gaskets, guys. These lower quality, like $2 eBay gaskets, they don't hold up to any sort of pressure.
That's insane.
And kind of defeat the whole point of doing this whole thing. So it's one thing to look at. If you're looking into buying a car, that's already turboed, a couple things you have to look for. You may not say notice. So it showed you the exhaust gasket is blown on this car. But what may have led to that, in addition to it being a cheap head gasket, it's actually missing one of the bolts. So that no way could have had even pressure on that gasket, which could have led to it blowing.
Yep.
So again, if you're buying a car, it's already turbo, already modified, something you have to check for.
Well, this is an eBay manifold, so that's what you gotta be wary of on those. It's the I don't know if you can get it on the camera, but there is a hairline fracture inside.
Yeah, I see it.
That'll be very hard to put, to show.
No, I can see it. And then of course, these cheaper manifolds, they tend to crack. See, there's one here, right around where the wastegate attaches. There's probably more cracks in this manifold that you're not gonna be able to see, but again, that'll cause the exhaust leaks, cause boost leaks, cause loss of power.
If you're going long term, I wouldn't suggest it. But if you're going to do something like short, or you're only going to be racing for like a season, why not just save the money and
eBay manifolds definitely they do their job just for not very long. At that point, you're kind of looking at longevity. It's what you're kind of sacrificing. So if you just need something to get you up and running, or get you moved from place to place, then by all means spend $100, get it to a shop where they can fabricate you a good one.
I won't be mad.
Like I said, so with that said, we can get back to pulling this engine out.
Oh my. All right, so we got the radiator out, and we noticed that I always thought this was a Mishimoto radiator, but apparently it's not. It just had a Mishimoto radiator cap. This is an eBay radiator. It does have a genuine spall fan and genuine Mishimoto radiator cap, so go figure. It kept it cool, but it wasn't Mishimoto.
Yeah. Again, something else to look for. This whole time we thought just because the cap said Mishimoto, it was a Mishimoto, but it's an eBay radiator with a Mishimoto cap.
Yeah.
All right, so now this is why we're dropping the engine and just raising the car up as opposed to trying to pull it out with an engine hoist. See how much easier it is.
All right, great. Is anything hooking? Sure.
It's just rubbing.
Good.
Just like that? Yeah. Right. So just like that, the engine's out, no muss, no fuss.
It's still clean.
Like, and there, exactly. It's like, and there you have it.
Show you ain't dirty.
Hands are dirty a little bit.
Now you got gloves on.
Yeah, I'm not dirty though.
Like, you ain't even done nothing.
All my tools are nice and neat.
Hands not busted up.
Stuff ain't all over the place.
All right, let's roll. Literally.
Show them that the dad is happy because they did a good job. I'm very happy on this one. Look at the cleanness. Yay! They came a long way. They have came a long way. I'm very happy on this one. Look at them. Look at them. They have arrived. They have arrived.
We good though.
I've got to say, this is probably definitely one of the easier engine removals I've done. Because we don't have excess coolant, oil on the floor, nothing.
Oh, I just saw that.
Hands,
Hey, you still got
hands not cut up.
gray stuff in it?
So out with the old.
And with the new.
Then you don't have no. There you go. Get him there. 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 Let Jordan doing the alligator.
That was better than how you got under there.
Yeah. Go back under. Let me say you got up under.
That was the most undignified thing I've seen all day. So the new mounts, you may have to spread these a little bit, and then to get these in.
Real tight.
Yeah, because it's kind of tight. We hit these with a hammer just to spread them open a little bit. Spray some soapy water on them, and let the bolt. Then let the bolt kind of squeeze these back together. They're all in. You ready for the new heart?
I probably end up having. Oh, I gotta get this off.
All right, so now for part 2 of the transplant. Let's get it.
All right, so we gotta make a Harbor Freight run. We need a dolly for the bottom of the motor. When we drop the car, we're gonna set the motor on the dolly, jack the car up a little bit, and roll it right on out. I can't see. Can you see? Jack back under. That's good. All right, so just knocked out, cutting away the bumper support. As you see, gone. Next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead get the intercooler mounted, and I gotta do some wiring on this motor. We was just talking about it. When you think about it, what we're doing this for, we're getting the car ready to race an event that's 2 days from now, on Sunday. Right now it's Friday night, and as you see, we have a motor and a shell, no turbo kit, nothing. Everything's all out, all over the place. I don't even know if the tune's gonna work when we put it in the car. But that's the beauty of this. We want to get this in the car, go race, and see what happens. Like, it's all about just getting out and having fun.
Like, so it is currently 9 o'clock, Friday, the 26th.
Yep.
And in 2 days, we'll be racing this thing.
Yeah, we're racing this motor into this car. I have absolutely no idea how it's going to do. Any other time, I'd definitely go out and do some testing tuning beforehand, but I know the motor will run 11.5. I don't know about this car.
So we can get to it.
Clip off.
Order this pizza. And hopefully make some good progress. Oh, and as a side note, I'm aware that this hat looks completely ridiculous. But because when you're working underneath the car on the lift, you don't want to catch your head or snag your head on like a piece of metal or something hanging down. So it's better just to put a hat on, kind of like a makeshift hard hat. Just, it'll save you a lot of headaches, literally.
Yeah.
One eternity later.
It's about 2 o'clock in the morning. We just finished getting the engine installed.
Yes.
We can go ahead and call it a night.
Yes.
So hopefully this thing's ready by Sunday. We'll see how that goes.
We're on a prayer right now. If this thing actually comes together. But right now we are beat, tired much, but we actually had to do a bit of modification. We had to re-weld this here radiator mounts. You know, Jay got these great welds.
Hey, don't be talking about welds. And you know what? I haven't welded in a long time, and we moved the radiator
You
over.
know what? Black fixes all weld. So
We
it don't
moved the
matter.
radiator over about 1.5 inches,
Yeah.
so we'd have more space for the turbo.
Yeah. I had to also add in these VTEC wires and just tedious work, but I honestly think it'll be done.
All right, so like we said, that's it. We'll catch you tomorrow.
All right, y'all. So we're done. Engine is finally in. We got everything basically plumbed up. There's a few loose items that we do have to handle, but we just want to go ahead and try to get it started.
Yeah, we've been at this all day, so this is gonna be the official attempt at a first start. We'll see what happens. So this is what it's come down to. We need to keep it running long enough so we can adjust the timing, get a few things straightened out. So we have two options. We can either push it, or we do the smart thing. and it's like magic. It works. You kind of have to play with the throttle right now to keep the idle high because it keep wanting to cut off. So we're gonna again leave it running long enough so we can check the computer and find out what's going on. All right, so that's it, guys. As you can see, we got it running. It's not running as smooth as we want to. Unfortunately, it got late on us. It took a lot longer to kind of troubleshoot this thing than we thought it was gonna take. So we probably won't make the event, unfortunately.
No reason.
I'm gonna be there as a spectator, but definitely not gonna be racing this. I gotta take my time, reassess this situation, and basically, I need to get some good sleep. I slept in 2 days.
Like I said, so okay, it's almost midnight. We've been working on this thing all day. So like I said, we're not gonna make the event, but it is running. It's a pretty quick turnaround. All right, remember to like and subscribe.
Push the button.
Remember to like and subscribe to my channel so you can follow the buildings Integra, as well as the Green Bean drag car that we're building, as well as some future updates. I might be getting a project car myself. Thank you, guys.
Push the button.